Welcome to the Hemlock State Explorer. Today we are at the Robert A. Kinsley Nature Preserve, administered by the Lancaster County Conservancy and named after the late owner of the York-based construction company, Robert Kinsley. This is a relatively new nature area, and we're coming to visit the beautiful scenic overlook of the Susquehanna River, and then we're just going to ramble and see what's here, see if we can make it down to the river and what all kinds of trails there are. It looks like there is a trail map right here, and you can also download one from the Lancaster County Conservancy website. We are glad you're with us today, and if you are looking for adventure, you have come to the right place, the Hemlock State Explorer. From the road, we took the yellow blazed gravel road into the nature preserve, and that was a very easy level walk. And then the trail diverged from the gravel road and entered some forest consisting mainly of tulip poplar, black cherry, and gray birch, and the ground was a nice springy dirt path, and there were some rocks interspersed. It was relatively easy and flat, but we went uphill a little bit as we approached this rock overlook. Again, it was a very easy, doable hike, and we joined up with the Blue Trail, which you can see blue blazes there, which is in fact the Mason-Dixon Trail. And now the forest is opening up to this beautiful pinnacle up ahead. And here we are at the overlook. We are on the York side of the Susquehanna River, that is the west side, and we're looking east to Lancaster County. There's some trees blocking our view of the Susquehanna to the north, but we can see the town of Marietta right in front of us, and behind that and to the left, Maytown. There is the anticline that runs through York and Lancaster County, and actually if we zoom in a little bit, we can see Chickies Rock. You see that exposed rock face, and the Susquehanna is flowing through that gap of the anticline. What a beautiful view. We'll just pan back around one more time for you. Ah, glorious. What a beautiful day. We'll sit here and enjoy this a bit. We're going to praise the Lord up here. And then we're going to take the Blue Trail down to a red connector trail and see how close we can get to the river. What do we have here? We have pawpaw seeds. Now, if you're not familiar with what a pawpaw is, it is a native tree to North America, and we're actually on the northern tip of its range here in Pennsylvania, and they grow particularly well around the Susquehanna, which actually has a microclimate that is slightly warmer than the surrounding area. But a pawpaw is I don't know how you would describe it, like a big green kidney bean shaped fruit. It has a green outer skin and a pulp that, I don't know, I guess I would describe it as a ripe avocado, or maybe a ripe or a little overripe banana. They taste unique. They've often been described as a mixture between banana and mango taste. I don't see that, but that's how people describe it. It's just really a taste that I don't have a good point of reference to share with you. The way you eat them is you cut them in half and you extract the seeds. There's usually, I don't know, depending on the pawpaw, maybe, I don't know, 6 to 8 large seeds, brown seeds that you just saw, and you pull them out of the pawpaw, and then you just spoon out the fruit inside. It's a very interesting taste. The reason you don't find pawpaws in the store is because they have a very short shelf life. They go bad quickly, and when they go bad, they go pretty bad. I guess in the fridge, I've kept them for about 2 weeks. On the countertop, maybe, I don't know, 3 to 5 days before they start going bad at room temperature. In this area, they ripen around September through October. One place I lived, I had a cultivated pawpaw tree that I got from a gentleman in Virginia who apparently has made it his life's work to breed these pawpaws, and they were actually quite good. They were much more consistent than wild pawpaws. Wild pawpaws are notorious for inconsistent production, but this pawpaw tree actually produced a bumper crop the last year that I lived in the place where I had planted it. I really didn't have, I really had trouble figuring out what to do with all the pawpaws. You can scoop out the pulp, the yellow pulp inside that you eat. You can scoop that out and freeze it. So I have a bunch of pawpaw pulp in my freezer at home. But if you don't know what a pawpaw is, you're probably going to have trouble finding one if you want to try it, unless you know someone who has them. You can often find them at a local farmer's market. And as I said, in Pennsylvania, we're in the very northern tip of its range. You can find it much more commonly in, say, Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Ohio, and so forth, a little bit south of us. But just for the novelty, it is definitely worth the try. So that's actually a great idea. I think we'll do an episode on pawpaw foraging, Lord willing, this upcoming fall. So look forward to that. And I guess the only thing I regret is that I didn't make an episode with my wonderful pawpaw tree before I moved from that home. But at any rate, look forward to that. The magnificent, the strange, the quirky pawpaw. The trail dipped briefly to the vicinity of the Susquehanna, then promptly returned back uphill. There was Wildcat Bluff down near the river, which was a scenic view, but really nothing to write home about. Our favorite part of the trail, except for Shoals Rock, has probably been the last mile or so where we've been traveling on the north side of the preserve along this beautiful ravine. There was an old moss-covered grade that we were walking on, and now the trail is just a rocky, slightly rocky uphill path. But it was just very pleasant along the ravine. I think I'll christen it the Serene Ravine. It was nothing really to write home about, but it was just a peaceful trail. This is kind of what the walk has been like for about the last mile or so. We saw some ruins of an old dam, but other than that, it's been standard young growth hardwood forest, southeastern Pennsylvania fare. But still, man, it's just glorious. It's so nice to just get out and experience the outdoors. Well, in a happy providence, we've stumbled upon an ore mine. According to this sign, this huge depression which you see in the ground is Grubb's Bank ore mine from 1866. I wonder if it had anything to do with the Grubb family who ran Cornwall Iron Furnace and also had married into Joanna Furnace. If you know anything about Hemlock State Explorer, you know we love industrial history, especially those very interesting, strange, semi-pyramidal structures that you will often find in the woods in Pennsylvania. Those were in fact iron furnaces, and you can check out our collection of iron furnaces. Yes, that is how cool we are. We collect iron furnaces, and you can see that at our website at the section entitled Iron Furnaces and Pre-Industrial Relics. The point there is really to create a comprehensive archive, as comprehensive as life responsibilities and duties permit me, of these fascinating iron furnaces and kilns and other relics of our industrial history on which the birth and growth of our nation really depended. So this was a very cool find, and you can of course check out all that stuff at hemlockstateexplorer.com. We are on our return trip on this loop of trails throughout the Robert A. Kinsley Nature Preserve, and on the Orange Trail heading back to the Yellow Trail we encountered this interesting dam. This is the second dam ruins we've encountered. Alright, let's head back up on the Orange Trail and see what else we can find. The more I think about it, the more it seems to me that that structure that we just saw the stream running over wasn't in fact a dam. Maybe some kind of retaining wall or something like that. I'm not sure, but if you know what that was, please post it in the comments. But in any case, as you can see from the blaze on that pole, we've returned to the Yellow Trail on which we entered, and we're about to come upon the entrance gate. So what is Robert A. Kinsley Nature Preserve? Well, the star of the show sure is that rock outcropping with the beautiful views of the Susquehanna River, and on top of that, it was just a nice walk in the woods. Hope you can make it out here. Please check out all of our videos on this YouTube channel, and you can see all of our adventures at hemlockstateexplorer.com. And we can't wait to see you on the next adventure.